Alright. On to the class challenges. Druid versus Scarvash. Let's see, we get the Mounted Raptor. Ooh. I'm kind of excited about that card. Also, going in my Beast Druid deck. Beast Druid could totally become a thing, you guys. A real, viable deck.
Malfurion versus Scarvash.
Uldaman for drugs only.
I must protect the wild.
And it looks like they've basically given us like kind of aggro Beast Druid. I'm tempted to keep Raven Idol just because it's new, but that's honestly a pretty terrible turn 1 play. Ah, what the hell. It's new. I want to play it. And same goes for Jeweled Scarab. At least Druid of the Saber, that's a solid 2-drop. It's not the worst thing if I have to play it again. How does his thing work? Oh yeah. Minions then spells cost more. Alright. And let's see. I have 2 minions, so let's discover a spell. Recycle, Healing Touch, or Savagery. Wow. It's 3 pretty terrible cards. I don't think this is a mill deck, so I'm not taking Healing Touch. Savagery is beyond useless. I guess we'll take Recycle. It's a big removal if we need it at some point. I don't remember any of his minions being too big or scary, though. Let's see. Do we play the Jeweled Scarab to get a guaranteed 3? No, I think we're gonna develop the Druid in Panther form.
Job's done.
That way we have 3 damage sitting on the board ready to go against whatever he plays next. Which apparently is nothing. That's cool. I want to develop the board more, so we'll summon some saplings. And let's see. I don't have anything that costs 4 mana, so I can wait and use Raven Idol next turn.
For the wild.
And honestly, I think I'll keep the Panther stealthed. At least until it has something to hit. Alright, let's discover a card. Ooh. Flesh-Eating Ghoul could be good since I have all these 1/1s on the board. King Mukla is just awesome, but especially since he doesn't have any minions on the board, he won't get much value out of the bananas. Mark of Nature isn't really a consideration. I don't need to taunt anything. Man. So Mukla or Ghoul? I guess Ghoul. We'll play it right before we cash all these in. I'll go ahead and set up another Druid of the Saber.
Another night on the prowl.
I don't remember him having any big AoE board clears. Oh dear. Can I kill that thing? I could mulch it. Or I could power up my flesh-eating ghoul. Now, if I mulch it, what else can I do? Only hero power. Now I guess we ghoul here. We'll cash in one Panther. And then all the 1/1s. So now we have 11 damage threatening whatever he plays next. Okay. It would be really nice to be able to use one of these spells. Well, let's see. Even if I cast Raven Idol for 3, I can still put out the huge toad. Yeah, I guess that's what. Let's see. Need another minion. Ooh. I'm tempted to take the mounted raptor, but since we're already past 5 mana, Druid of the Claw is just the better pick. Alright, put out the huge toad. Send everything face. Oops. If he kills anything besides the ghoul, ooh. Guaranteeing himself another 7 damage. Doesn't seem like the best idea at this point. Alright. Oh man. I was thinking about mulching that Ancient Shade, but if we recycle it, it just goes back in his deck and then maybe he has to cast it and curse himself again. That would be awesome. And I think we'll trade the Panther into the Trog. We'll wait and cash in the Toad when that extra 1 damage might actually hit a minion or something. Tunnel Trog. Ooh. Double Trog. This card, such a disappointment. Knight of the Wild. If this card worked like it should, it would cost nothing right now. Instead, it's a 7 mana 6/6. Unplayable. Well, I guess I don't really want to cast any spells this turn because of Burly Trog. Can't really kill it. I suppose, well, It's not big enough to kill the druid in bear form. I'll kill that Trog before he can power it up.
For the wild.
And I'll hero power face. Hopefully he doesn't have an easy way to get through the Druid of the Claw. It looks like he doesn't. Okay. So what does Savage Roar get me? 6. 5 is 11. Plus 2 is 13. Oh, alright. Just to be sure, we'll use them both. Oh man, look at those Trogs. They got excited for a minute. They were gonna hit something for 14. Nope. Double Savage Roar, Scarbash. I'll take that Mounted Raptor. Nice. It's like a Shredder for 3 mana that only Druids can use. I'm looking forward to playing with that one. Ooh, Paladin. This one we get the Keeper of Uldaman. I was wondering where this one was hiding. Like, we're in Uldaman. Where's the Keeper? So I'm guessing this is going to be a Keeper deck. Some kind.
Uther versus Arcadus!
Who dares the wrath of the Makers?
I will fight with honor.
Well, we have a Sacred Trial. Awesome. We also have Sir Finley Murgleton, the first 1-mana legendary, who changes our hero power. Wait, Arcadus is the one that summons those statues. Okay. So playing Murgleton turn 1 might actually be good. These other two, I don't think. Yeah, those won't be good in the opening turns. Let's see. Unfortunately, those won't either, because those are later game cards. Ouch. Alright, let's discover a new hero power. Wow. Definitely not Totemic Call. Steady Shot or Fire Blast. Well, it looks like I'm playing with a slow deck here, so I'll take the Fire Blast.
Job done.
It's arguably the best hero power in the game, so there's that. Ooh. Use the Lance Carrier to buff Sir Finley. Now he's at 3/3. Sir Finley's gonna do some work. He'll kill some statues. Oh, alright. Put a Direwolf between these guys. Let's see, let's kill one of the statues, because I know he's got something that powers them up.
Stop poking me!
Ooh. We might get some serious value off the Anubisath Sentinel as well. Keeper of Uldaman. Ooh. We could use that to buff one of these statues too. Not that I think we really would. Let's see. Do I want to draw cards? Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to cash in a few minions here. Well, actually, are any of them going to die? No. So do I still play the Cultist? Cult Master? No. I think I will just hero power that one. We'll trade all of the 1/1s against this guy.
Stop poking me.
That way, next turn, I'll be able to cash in something with the Cult Master. I don't think he has a board wipe. Oh, but I actually might not. I'm just gonna destroy the statue. Oh, and Sir Finley! No! Now I don't get to draw cards off any of them. Bolvar is getting pretty swole, though. I think it's time.
Come on, power.
Wow. I don't think I've ever actually played Bolvar before. That was impressive.
Stop poking me.
I'll bet Arcadis is very intimidated by Bolvar's entrance. Oh, he killed me with that. And he used his Destroy Statues combo to kill the Lance Carrier. Something buggy with Arcadis there. Let's see. Actually, do I win? 6 plus 3 is 9, plus another 3 is 12. Shoot. Alright. Then I guess we'll play the Anubisath Sentinel. That's annoying.
You will pay.
I guess I could have Blessing Blinded there. That is going to be too little too late, Mr. Arcadis. Let's see, what's the most BM way I can end this? Let's see if we can get the buff to land on Bolvar. Yeah! 9-10. 12-10. 15-10. Hold on, let's ping him just to be sure.
You will pay.
Boom! That's it for you, Arcadis. Give me them cards. Keeper of Uldaman. This is going to be an interesting control card. Another useful thing that Paladins are going to have to try and squeeze into the 4 slot. Alright, let's take a look at the new cards. League of Explorers. New. Alright, the Mounted Raptor. It's a clever girl. Ah. Jurassic Park. Classic. The Mounted Raptor is a 3/2 beast with Death Rattle, summon a random 1-cost minion. It's kind of like the Piloted Shredder, which is a staple of turn 4, in that it leaves something behind when it dies. It's also a beast, which means that it's another useful beast in the Druid arsenal. So now maybe between this and the Druid of the Saber, Beast Druid might actually be a feasible option. I'm intrigued to find out. What else did we get? For the mage, we got the Ethereal Conjurer. Despite the name, he's a solid conjurer. he's really good at it, man. Just ask him to conjure something. It's awesome. Ethereal Conjurer, a 6/3 minion for 5 mana. I am very against spending 5 mana on minions with 3 health unless they do something amazing. I'm not sure what Ethereal Conjurer does is amazing, but as other players, other very skilled players such as Maz and Preparian have pointed out, the Discover mechanic is limited to spells for your class. And the Mage has some really awesome spells like Fireball, Flame Strike, Frostbolt, all the spells that kill things really easily, those are the Mages. So discovering a random spell that you didn't have in your deck possibly could be worth 5 mana. Plus, this thing has 6 attacks, so that means it's either going to warrant a removal spell, or something is going to have something on his side is going to have to die to get it off of your side. So, a card that's better than I thought. Paladin, we got the Keeper of Uldaman. Uldaman, no Uldaman. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. The worst thing about this card is the flavor text. The Keeper of Uldaman, for 4 mana, it's a 3/4 battle cry. Set a minion's attack and health to 3. This is an interesting mechanic because it's so flexible. You can use it to remove a big minion, like your opponent plays Ragnaros, and then you could crash your whole board into Ragnaros to get rid of him, but you don't want to cash in everything, and then you play Keeper of Uldaman and you turn that 8/8 into a 3/3, and then maybe you only have to lose 1 minion killing it. So it'll be useful in that sense. It's also useful if you just muster and you have a board full of little 1/1 Silverhand recruits, and you don't draw your Quartermaster or your Warhorse Trainer. You can play Keeper of Uldaman and turn one of them into a 3/3. And getting a 3/4 and a 3/3 for 4 mana is a pretty good deal. I'm looking forward to squeezing this into my Paladin deck. That's the other downside to this card, one that actually affects gameplay, is that it costs 4 mana. And almost all of the Grey Paladin cards, True Silver Champion, Consecrate, Blessing of Kings, the 4 slot is pretty crowded if you're a Paladin. Priest got Excavated Evil. Mom, Dad, don't touch it. It's evil! Oh god. Well, if you do touch it, it will deal 3 damage to all minions, and then it shuffles this card into your opponent's deck. It's like, did you wish you had a stronger Holy Nova that was somehow worse for the same price? Like, Holy Nova costs 5, deals 2, heals yourself and your board. This deals 3 to everything, including your stuff. So instead of healing your stuff, it kills your stuff. And then it gives this card to your opponent, so that he can do it again and just perpetuate the cycle, which is kind of cool. I appreciate the storytelling aspect of this card and its mechanics, but it's just not that useful. And I've seen some people putting forth the theory that it punishes aggro because, if you trade this card to your opponent and they're playing like a face hunter, they don't want to play this card because all their stuff dies to it. And so if they draw this card, you essentially kill their turn. and that can be immensely powerful, which I'm sure is true because aggressive decks rely on their card draw, and if they top deck something they absolutely cannot use, that can be game deciding. But man, people criticize cards for being too situational. How situational is that? It is so unlikely that both of those situations will ever combine into the same situation that I cannot currently fathom the kind of deck that could use Excavated Evil. Maybe that's the point. Let's see, the Rogues got Unearthed Raptor. Rogues finally get an interesting card. Last expansion didn't give them much. But Unearthed Raptor is a 3/4 minion for 3 mana. And the battle cry says, choose a friendly minion, gain a copy of its Death Rattle effect. That can be pretty powerful. Like, for instance, I'm sure this is the most popular example. You play Sylvanas, whose Death Rattle is steal a minion. And then you copy it onto this thing, you know. So for 3 mana, you basically get a second Sylvanas. It's only got 4 health, so it's going to die even easier. You steal 2 things and maybe kill another thing. It can become a pretty effective board clear. This card has a wide range of utility, and those are the kind of cards that Rogue can use the most. Let's see, what does it say? Still hunting for the ones who earthed him. Oh dear. This is one vengeful raptor. You don't want to hear his death rattle. Oh man. Imagine if you copied Sneed's Old Shredder. Get a free legendary off of a 3/4. That would be OP. The Shaman's got the Tunnel Trog. This one I'm pretty excited about. I'm a pretty big fan of Shaman. I love building different Shaman decks. And I think the Overload cards are cool. It's just a shame that there has only been one card that benefits from Overload until now. The Tunnel Trog is a 1 mana, 1/3. Whenever you overload, gain +1 attack per locked mana crystal. So its power doesn't just go up every time you overload like the, what is it? The Unstable Elemental? I can't remember. But the 3 mana card that powers up every time you overload, this one actually powers up per crystal that you overload. So if you cast, say, Lava Burst, which overloads you for 2, this guy becomes a 3/3. And then you play your Fireguard Destroyer, and he becomes a 4/3, and so on and so forth. It's another card that synergizes with Overload in a positive way. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to be building an Overload Shaman. Let's see what we can do with Tunnel Trog. Sure, they're ugly, but they live in tunnels. You try your beauty routine without natural light. Wow. Don't be hating on Trogs, guys. It's not cool. They don't have the same advantages that we do. Let's see, Warlock's got this ridiculous card. One of the hidden joys of Hearthstone is their knack for completely useless cards. And the Reliquary Seeker, which is a 1 mana, 1/1, and if you have 6 other minions, it gains +4/+4. So if your board is already full, you can put down a 5/5 for 1 mana, which is a pretty good deal, but isn't really gonna swing the game. I don't know, somebody will probably find a ridiculous way to include this in some kind of Dreadsteed deck where it'll be awesome. And I'm looking forward to that highlight video, but Anyway, I'm not a Warlock player. I don't know. Maybe it's better than I think, but a card that is contingent on you having a full board to become a marginally good card just doesn't seem like it'd be worth the space in your deck. The Reliquary considers itself the equal of the League of Explorers. The League of Explorers doesn't. Ooh, shots fired between the Reliquary and the League of Explorers. Is the Reliquary another organization? I haven't heard any mention of them yet in the adventure. See, Warrior's got the Fierce Monkey. I like this guy. I like the art. He's ready for battle and he's excited. Fierce Monkey. That funky monkey. Oh yeah. Classic. Fierce Monkey. Oh man. Now I'm gonna hear the Beastie Boys in my head every time I play this card. But yeah, a 3/4 for 3 with taunt. That's solid value for a card. It's got taunt, so I guess you can try and build that bolster warrior deck you've been waiting for. Gives them another good 3-mana minion. I don't think the warrior really had a lot of good stuff to do on turn 3. Because you have your Frothing Berserkers, but you usually don't play them on turn 3, even though they're 3 mana, because you want to wait until you can power them up. This guy, you throw him down on turn 3, you're doing pretty good. You're definitely not behind the curve. And it has taunt, so it could mess up your opponent's turn 4. Fierce Monkey, good card. And then neutrals, we got the Tomb Spider. Less serious than its cousin, the Grave Spider. Wordplay. Gets me every time. Although, if you ask me, tombs and graves are equally serious. There's dead people in both, right? Anyway, the Tomb Spider is a 3/3 beast for 4 mana. Stats are slightly subpar for what you want for 4 mana, but it has the battle cry, Discover a Beast. And while that particular discovery is not all that valuable to most of the classes, it could very well be to the hunter, who has all of his cards synergizing with beasthood, bestier, with beasts. All of his cards are better if you have beasts, and he has some pretty good beasts like the Savannah Highmane and with King Crush, yeah, the big one. And since Discovery is weighted towards class cards, this is even better for the Druids, who only have 2 class beasts. The Savage Combatant, which increases your attack value, and Malorn, the legendary beast that goes back into your deck when it dies so that you can play it again and again. So if you got one of those off of your Tomb Spider, you'd be pretty happy. So beast decks, rejoice. I think Tomb Spider is going to be an auto-include for hunters and beast druids. Then Bran Bronzebeard, the legendary, contains 75% more fiber than his brother Magni. Oh man. Oh, so he's Magni's brother. Okay. I wonder if he has special dialogue if you play him against someone who's using the Magni hero portrait. That'd be funny. Bran Bronzebeard, he's a legendary. 2/4 for 3 mana. Not a great body for the cost, but his effect, your battle cries trigger twice, could be incredibly powerful. There are a lot of minions with substandard stats that still get played because their battle cries are so powerful. There's the Fire Elemental. deal 3 damage. For 6 mana, if Brand Bronzebeard is out there already, for 6 mana you can play a 6/5 creature and deal 6 damage to a target. That's insane. That would be... You would play a card that could do that every single time. But I guess they're really trying to push towards some kind of Battlecry-centered Shaman deck, and I'm certainly going to try that out, what with the Rumbling Elemental, which deals out random damage every time you summon a minion with Battlecry. But as it stands right now, I don't know of that many Shaman decks that are really using that many Battlecry cards, so other than Fire Elemental. And running Brand Bronzebeard just to buff your 2 Fire Elementals would be a waste of a spot in your 3 curve, because there's already so many good Shaman cards to play at 3, like Hex and Lightning Storm and the Spirit Wolves. Yeah. There's a lot of competition in slot 3. But I'll certainly experiment with it, and I will report back to you guys with the results. So, that was the adventure and the cards from the latest wing, Uldaman. It was fun, and I'm looking forward to the next wing and playing with all of these new cards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did, and look forward to the next video from Doc Awesome.